English learners. Welcome to the English Podcast Arena.
Hey there, and welcome back to English Podcast Arena. I'm Amelia.
And I'm John. We are so excited to have you here with us today.
If you're new to this channel, first of all, welcome to the family. We're all about helping you speak English more naturally, more confidently, and honestly, more joyfully, because learning should be fun, right?
Absolutely. And if you've been with us for a while, you know we love diving deep into the stuff that actually moves the needle. Not just grammar rules, not just vocabulary lists, but the real strategies that change how you use English every single day.
Which brings us to today's topic. And John, I have to say, this one is close to my heart.
Oh, I know. You've been wanting to do this episode for months.
Guilty. Okay, so let me ask you something. Yes, you listening right now. Are you tired of translating every single word in your head when you try to speak English?
That mental gymnastics, right?
Exactly, that exhausting back and forth. You hear something in English, you translate it to your native language, you think of your response in your native language, you translate it back to English, and then finally you speak. And by that time,
the conversation has moved on.
yes, it's frustrating, it's slow, and it makes you feel like you'll never sound natural.
But here's the thing. What if there's a way to bypass that whole translation process? A method that lets you think directly in English.
That's exactly what we're exploring today. We're going to show you how to master English by thinking like a native speaker. And trust me, this is going to change everything.
So grab your coffee, your tea, your water, whatever keeps you focused, and let's get into it.
All right, let's start with something I call the native speaker illusion.
Ooh, that sounds dramatic. I like it.
It is a little dramatic, but hear me out. When you watch native speakers talk, it looks effortless, right? Words just flow, no pauses, no hesitation, and you think, wow, they must be so smart. They must have some special ability I don't have.
But that's the illusion.
Exactly. Native speakers aren't doing anything magical. They're not translating. They're not analyzing grammar in real time. They've just built such strong connections between thoughts and words that it happens automatically.
It's like driving a car. When you first learn, you're thinking about every little thing. The pedals, the mirrors, the steering wheel. But after years of practice,
you just drive. You don't think, now I will press the brake pedal with my right foot. You just do it.
And that's what we want for your English. Automatic, instinctive, natural.
But here's the problem. If you keep translating everything through your native language, you're never building those direct connections. You're always taking the long route.
It's like using a map app that sends you through 5 extra streets when there's a direct road right there.
Perfect analogy. And the worst part? Translation creates mistakes because languages don't match one-to-one. Word order is different, expressions don't translate directly, cultural meanings shift.
Can you give an example of that?
Sure. So in Spanish, you might say, tengo 20 años, which literally translates to, I have 20 years. But in English, we say, I am 20 years old. If you translate directly, you'd say, I have 20 years, and native speakers would understand you, but it sounds off.
Right, it's grammatically weird. And that's what happens constantly when you translate. Little things feel unnatural.
So the first step, and this is important, is recognizing that translation is a crutch. It helped you when you started learning, but now it's holding you back.
Time to let it go.
Time to let it go.
Okay, so how do we actually stop translating? That's the big question.
It is. And this brings us to what I call silent immersion. Basically, you need to create an English bubble around yourself.
And no, you don't need to move to London or New York.
Exactly. You can do this from your living room. The idea is to surround yourself with English as much as possible, so your brain starts defaulting to English.
So what does that look like practically?
Great question. First, change the language settings on your phone to English right now. Seriously, just do it.
I actually did this years ago, and it's such a small thing, but it makes a huge difference. Every time you check your phone, you're reading English. Settings, messages, battery low.
And you stop noticing after a while, which is the point. It becomes normal. Second, when you see objects around you, start naming them in English automatically. Don't think, that's una silla, which means chair. Just think, chair.
Look at something right now. What do you see? A window? A lamp? A cup? Just let the English word come first.
This is called visualization, and it's incredibly powerful. You're building direct links between the object and the English word. No translation needed.
What about emotions? That's harder, right?
It is harder, but it's so important. When you feel happy, don't think, I feel feliz. Just think, I feel happy. When you're tired, let tired be the first word that comes to mind.
It takes practice, but it works.
And here's my favorite technique, internal monologue. Narrate your day in your head, in English.
Like you're the main character in a movie about your life?
Exactly like that. So you wake up and you think, okay, I'm getting out of bed now, I'm walking to the bathroom, I'm going to brush my teeth. It sounds silly, but you're practicing English constantly without even opening your mouth.
And nobody knows you're doing it.
It's your secret training. I used to do this all the time when I was learning French. I'd narrate everything. I'm making coffee, the water is boiling, now I'm pouring it into the cup.
And did it help?
Massively, because when I actually needed to describe those actions out loud, the words were already there. They were ready.
All right, let's go deeper. We've talked about surrounding yourself with English. Now let's talk about how you actually process words differently. This is what Amelia calls from words to concepts.
Yes, this is a game changer. So traditionally, when you learn a new English word, what do?
You look it up in a bilingual dictionary. English word, your language.
Right. Delicious equals delicioso. Enormous equals enorme. And that works at first, but it creates a problem.
You're always going through your native language to access the English word.
Exactly. So instead, I want you to connect English words directly to images, feelings, and experiences.
Can you show us how?
Absolutely. Let's take the word cozy. Now, if you look it up, it might say cómodo or acogedor in Spanish, but those translations don't quite capture it.
Cozy has a feeling, right?
It does. So instead of memorizing a translation, I want you to picture this. You're sitting on a soft couch. There's a warm blanket over your legs. It's raining outside, but you're inside with hot chocolate. There's soft music playing. Pause. That feeling? That's cozy.
Wow, I actually felt that.
Good. That's the point. Now, whenever you hear cozy, you don't think of a translation, you feel that warmth.
So it's about associating words with sensory experiences.
Exactly. Images, sounds, textures, emotions, not translations.
What about when you encounter a new word and you don't know what it means?
Great question. This is where context clues become your best friend. Instead of immediately reaching for a dictionary, try to figure out the meaning from the sentence.
Give us an example.
Okay, let's say you read this sentence. After running the marathon, she was completely exhausted and could barely stand.
So I don't know what exhausted means.
But you know she ran a marathon, you know she could barely stand. What do you think exhausted means?
Really, really tired.
Exactly. Very tired. Extremely tired. No dictionary needed. And now you've learned that word in context, which means you'll remember it better.
That's powerful.
And one more tip. Build a synonym bank in English. Instead of thinking big equals grande, think big equals large equals huge equals massive. Keep everything in English.
So your brain stays in English mode.
Always.
Okay, we've talked a lot about thinking, but at some point you have to actually speak, right?
Yes. Thinking is the foundation, but speaking is where it all comes together. So let's talk about activating your English voice.
This is the practical stuff, the exercises.
Exactly. And the first technique is one we've mentioned before on this channel, shadowing.
Oh, I love shadowing.
It's so effective. For those who don't know, shadowing means listening to a native speaker and repeating what they say almost simultaneously. You're like their shadow.
You copy their words, their rhythm, their intonation, everything.
And here's why it works. You're not just learning vocabulary, you're training your mouth to move like a native speaker's mouth. You're learning the music of English.
The melody.
Exactly. English has a rhythm, stressed syllables, unstressed syllables, rising intonation for questions, falling intonation for statements. Shadowing helps you internalize all of that.
So how should someone start?
Find a short audio clip, maybe 30 seconds to a minute, a podcast, a YouTube video, even a movie scene. Listen once to understand the general meaning, then play it again and speak along with it. Match their speed, match their tone, match their pauses.
And don't worry about being perfect at first.
Not at all. It's messy in the beginning. You'll stumble, you'll fall behind. That's completely normal. Just keep going.
What's another exercise?
Describing your surroundings out loud. This is like the internal monologue technique, but you actually speak.
So instead of just thinking I'm making coffee, you say it?
Yes, look around your room right now and describe what you see out loud. I see a white table, there's a laptop on it, the laptop is open. Next to the laptop, there's a glass of water. The water is half full.
It's simple, but it forces you to produce language spontaneously.
And that's exactly what real conversations require. You don't have time to translate, you just have to speak.
What about people who are shy, who feel embarrassed speaking to themselves?
I get it. It can feel weird. But here's the thing. No one is judging you. You're in your own space. And honestly, talking to yourself is one of the best ways to practice because there's zero pressure.
No one's waiting for your answer?
Exactly. You can pause, you can restart, you can make mistakes and correct yourself. It's beautiful.
Any other exercises?
Yes, self-talk scenarios. This is really fun. You basically have conversations with yourself.
Like you're two people?
Kind of. So let's say you're practicing ordering at a restaurant. You play both roles.
Show us?
Okay. Hi, welcome to the restaurant. What would you like to order today? I'd like the grilled chicken, please. Great choice. Would you like any sides with that? Yes. Can I have some fries and a salad? Of course. Anything to drink? Just water, please. Perfect. Your order will be ready soon.
That was great.
See? You practice both sides of the conversation. And when you actually go to a restaurant, you've already rehearsed.
Let's try a mini exercise right now. For everyone listening, yes, you.
Here's what I want you to do. Look around wherever you are right now. Pick 3 objects. Now, describe them in English using at least 2 adjectives each.
So not just a cup, but a large blue cup.
Exactly. And describe where it is. There's a large blue cup on my wooden desk. Try it now. Pause if you need to.
Did you do it?
I hope so. And here's a sample answer if you need one. I see a small black phone on the gray table. Next to it, there's a thick old book with a red cover. And on the wall, there's a beautiful, colorful painting of a sunset.
Perfect. Simple but effective.
All right, we've covered a lot of techniques, but here's the truth. None of this matters if you don't sustain it.
Consistency is everything.
It really is. So let's talk about long-term strategies for maintaining this native mindset.
First one?
Consume authentic English media consistently. Podcasts like this one, YouTube videos, documentaries, TV shows, movies, audiobooks.
The key word is authentic. Real English from real speakers.
Right, not just textbook audio, real conversations with natural speed, slang, and imperfections.
And make it a habit, not something you do when you have time.
Exactly. Schedule it. Maybe you listen to an English podcast during your commute, or you watch one English YouTube video before bed every night.
What about mistakes? People are terrified of making mistakes.
I know, and I wish I could hug everyone who feels that way. Listen to me. Mistakes are not failures. They are data points. They show you where you need to grow.
Every mistake is a lesson.
Every single one. The learners who improve the fastest are the ones who make the most mistakes because they're trying the most.
They're putting themselves out there.
Yes, so please embrace your mistakes, laugh at them, learn from them, and keep going.
And the habit loop?
Ah, yes. This is from behavioral psychology. A habit has 3 parts: a cue, a routine, and a reward. So for thinking in English, your cue might be waking up in the morning. Your routine is narrating your first 5 minutes in English. And your reward? Maybe your morning coffee. You only drink it after you've done your English thinking.
So you're linking English practice to something you already do every day.
Exactly. And over time, it becomes automatic. You don't have to force it anymore. It's just part of who you are.
Let's do a quick recap of everything we covered.
Yes. So, number 1, recognize that translation is holding you back. It's a crutch. Let it go.
Number 2, create an English bubble. Change your phone settings, visualize objects in English, narrate your life internally.
Number 3, connect words to images and feelings, not translations. Use context clues, build synonym banks in English.
Number 4, activate your English voice. Shadow native speakers, describe your surroundings out loud, practice self-talk scenarios.
And number 5, sustain the mindset. Consume authentic media daily, embrace mistakes, build a habit loop.
And the habit loop. 5 strategies, all actionable, all powerful.
So here's my final thought for you today.
Go ahead.
Thinking in English is not about being perfect. It's not about never making mistakes or sounding exactly like a native speaker from day one.
It's about progress.
It's about rewiring your brain, one thought at a time. It's about building new pathways. And every time you choose to think in English, even for a few seconds, you're strengthening those pathways.
You're becoming fluent, slowly but surely.
And one day, I promise you this, you'll catch yourself thinking in English without even trying. And that moment, that's magic.
We believe in you.
We really do. Thank you so much for spending this time with us today at English Podcast Arena.
If this episode helped you, please subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with a friend who's on the same journey.
We'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep thinking, keep speaking, and keep growing.
Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.